There is also the Office of the County Printer Bill, Senate Bills number 13 of 2021. Again, we have the Disaster Risk Management Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2021. The Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, this afternoon, is expected to be read, or rather is set to be read for the third, reading. This morning, the Senate members convened for a morning session where the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill was taken through the second reading, and the members vote on the substantive bill. This afternoon, however, the Senate will go through the Committee of the Whole on the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill, then the third reading. All right, the Speaker of the Senate has just entered the chambers. I'll leave you for the live broadcast. My name is Kamche Menza.
Oh, sorry. Let's pray. It's raining. Almighty God, we beseech you to behold with abundant favor and blessings. As your servants whom you have been pleased to call to leadership positions in this republic, we seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable Senators, I have a communication. I have the following communication to make. During the lunch break, I received a copy of a special issue of the Kenya Gazette number 102 dated 10th May 2021 containing Gazette notice number 4597 communicating the occurrence of a vacancy in a member of the Senate elected through a party list. In the Gazette, it's notified for the information of the general public that pursuant to Article 103(1) EI of the Constitution and Section 37 of the Elections Act, the seat of the member of the Senate elected under Article 198(1) D of the Constitution and held by Senator Isaac Mwaura Maigwa became vacant with effect from 7th May 2021. It is important to note that the publication of this came to my notice for the first time during the lunch break this afternoon. This explains why in the morning sitting no issue was raised about the participation of Senator Isaac Mwaura in the proceedings, including voting on second reading of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. The Honorable Senators, the question then is what happens to the vote taken at second reading of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, in which Senator Mwaura participated. The Constitution of Kenya, Article 124 is explicit on the matter. For clarity, Article 124.3 provides as follows: the proceedings of either House are not invalid just because A, a vacancy in its membership, or B, the presence or participation of any person not entitled to be present or to participate in the proceedings of the House. However, henceforth, the Senate is notified of the vacancy. I thank you. Next order. There is no, I can't. Okay, okay. My screen is.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, allow me to just seek a clarification from you with regards to the communication you've just made. There's somebody who said here last week, I cannot remember who it is, that Senate is a gracious beneficiary of court orders. But actually the reason why we survive is because on many occasions when National Assembly, in total disregard of constitutional provisions, have gone ahead to do things that injure the standing and the place of Senate in our republic, we've always rushed to the courts, and that's why we are still relevant. I am aware, Mr. Speaker, that on your desk you have a court order against this decision that you've taken. Wouldn't it be better if you inform the House why you have chosen to take this decision in total disregard of a valid court order? Yet, you know very well, Mr. Speaker, that as an organ of this constitution, that, well, it might be Senator Isaac Mwaura today, but we do not know what anybody else out there may do tomorrow, and it will require the gracious protection of our courts as a House. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, please guide this House with regards to that issue, because I find it to be a grave matter. It's not an issue to be treated as casually, such that a notification is just issued, and we move on as if nothing has happened. That's really unfortunate, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, maybe I'll give that later, because I just acted according to Article 56, 5A, which requires that the Speaker reallocation of special seats from the party list, and where a political party expels a member assisted through a party list during the term of Parliament or County Assembly, as the case may be, the party shall be required to submit a resolution or decision of the party, a notification of the register of political parties expulsion, a declaration of a vacancy from the relevant speaker, and a court order actioning the expulsion where applicable. So this was done after a lot of consultation and by our legal team in the Senate.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions.
Maybe let's proceed, because my screen is as a technical problem. I can't even see. Okay, let's proceed. We'll come back.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Leader of majority. I can't, I mean, my screen is off. I don't know. I don't know who it is.
Don't set a bad precedent, Mr. Speaker. We agreed as a House that we are going to use this hybrid system. We passed a resolution. The members who are in the online platform are just as members as those of us who are seated here. It would be wrong if there's a technical issue. We made that decision. We wait until it is resolved, then they are heard. Otherwise, we revert back to the usual tradition, Mr. Speaker, where we normally, just all of us have to come to the House. It's not fair to allow this kind of a hybrid system. And when we are facing technical issues, we say that, oh, we can proceed. Maybe that particular point of order requires your urgent attention.
Those who are virtual, they need to indicate, because the technical team, the secretary is saying they have not received any request so far? So Senator Kirota, what I'm saying, when the matter comes, it will be revisited before we finish.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the Senate today, Tuesday, the 11th of May, 2021. 1, the Central Bank of Kenya Annual Report 2019. 2, the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Embu University for the year ended 30th June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Kwale for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Assembly of Kwale for the year ended 30th June 2019. The report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Kirinyaga for the year ended 30th of June 2019. The report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Kirinyaga County Assembly for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Marsabit for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Assembly of Marsabit for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Mombasa for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Assembly of Mombasa for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Isiolo for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Assembly of Isiolo for the year ended 30th June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Busia for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Assembly of Busia for the year ended 30th June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of West Pokot for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General for the financial year for the financial statements of the County Assembly of West Pokot for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Assembly of Kakamega for the year ended 30th of June 2019. And the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the County Executive of Kakamega for the year ended 30th of June 2019. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay.
elected. Number 9, the County Hall of Fame, Senate Bills number 9 of 2021, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to establish a county hall of fame in each county as a venue through which the county government shall bestow honor on individuals within their respective counties acclaimed as being outstanding, exceptional, or illustrious in any profession or activity. Provide a framework for the preservation of the history, heritage, and culture of counties and for connected purposes. Order number 10, the Office of County Printer Bill, Senate Bills number 13 of 2021, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to establish the Office of County Printer in each county to provide for the functions, mandate, management, and administration of the office and for connected purposes. Order number 11, the Disaster Risk Management Bill, Senate Bills number 14 of 2021, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to establish the National Disaster Management Authority and County Disaster Risk Management Committees to provide a legal framework for the coordination of disaster risk management activities and for connected purposes. Order number 12, the Law of Succession Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 15 of 2021, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Law of Succession Act and for connected purposes.
What's your point of order?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Speaker, I raised a point of order earlier to you, and I didn't hear your response to it with reference to the court order that was served to your office, because it will be important for this House to know whether you received it or you did not, and whether when you received it, it's also important just for record purposes to know the reasons why you have chosen to disregard a valid court order, Mr. Speaker.
I have not received the court order so far. What I'm saying is what I used is the information from the legal team, which arrived at that decision to give the information that was required under Article 56. That's what I've said, 56A. So far I've not seen it yet. What's your point of order? Relog in.
Oh, okay, sorry. I don't think is it on? Sasa inafanya? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, sorry. I don't know how we are even going to have this session, Mr. Speaker, sir, because we even saw others online who cannot seem to get through. But anyway, a big point of concern, which I think should be addressed before we proceed, is that Senator Mwaura had a pre-existing court order that was before today that had been served to your office. But I believe we are bringing in a copy here in the next few minutes. So I would ask that we don't proceed until the issue is determined.
What's your point of order?
Point of order.
Just a minute. There's a point of order from Pareno. Yes, Senator Pareno.
Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate that we have to discuss probably what has happened to Senator Mwaura. But I was just wondering, Mr. Speaker, whether, because I heard you make a communication and you made a ruling, whether then whether Senator Kihika is in order to be asking for another ruling on that when you've already made your ruling. Of course, not saying that we are not concerned with what has happened to Senator Mwaura, but the orders of this House must also be observed.
Okay, what's your point of order, Senator?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me first to declare my interest in this issue. Senator Mwaura happens to be my best man in my wedding, and therefore it goes without saying I need to be heard on this issue. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm interested in maybe you give us guidance on how you came up into that communication, taking into account that there is an existing court order. There are several steps that have to predicate your decision before you render that decision. Mr. Speaker, sir, I expect maybe you consider tabling before us the correspondence from IEBC, Mr. Speaker, sir, the correspondence from the tribunal, Mr. Speaker, sir. Also, an explanation as to why a valid court order has been disregarded by the political party, by IEBC, by Senate, to my personal friend. He is no longer a member of the Honorable Senate. And to me, if we allow your communication to stand, Mr. Speaker, sir, we shall be sending a very dangerous precedent in this House, Mr. Speaker, sir. It will be you, Honorable Senator, next time. It will be me next time, where the executive is using its power to deny and to de-whip and to denominate our fellow colleague. I urge Honorable Senators, please, let us rise and stamp the authority on behalf of Senator Mwaura. It is now he needs us. It is you next time you'll be in the same predicament, notwithstanding our political differences. Please, Honorable Senators, let us stand for our colleague. Thank you.
Senator Murkomen. Just a minute, the system is... I was calling Senator Murkomen, not you. Okay. Virtual. Unmute yourself.
Mr. Speaker, I'm unmuted.
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, I've been raising this point of order for some time now. First of all, the issue of Senator Mwaura, Mr. Speaker, it will be unfortunate if you are going to disregard an existing court order that is from the High Court, that, Mr. Speaker, was provided by the High Court to preserve the rights of Honorable Mwaura, and the order exists up to 20th of May, Mr. Speaker. Number two, Mr. Speaker, I would expect that you would handle differently a matter that involves removal of a fellow senator. Mr. Speaker, why would you be so much in a hurry without the proper decision of the courts to remove someone, Mr. Speaker, who has been elected? And let's stop these stories of nominated senators. There's no difference between those who are elected through party list and those who are elected by votes like ourselves. The Constitution treats all of us equally. Mr. Speaker, why would you want to be in such a hurry to degazette a colleague when, Mr. Speaker, a legal process is ongoing? When a similar process in the National Assembly of through the whole process up to now, the Court of Appeal. Mr. Speaker, I really beg you, there would be other grounds of expediting processes like our removal, which happened this day or 1 year ago, and we are still waiting your ruling. But Mr. Speaker, when it comes to complete removal of a member from Parliament, not positions from Parliament, Mr. Speaker, you shouldn't have acted in such a hurry. Especially you are acting against an existing order of High Court, Mr. Speaker, that is in place up to 20th of May. I believe you should, the staff, Mr. Speaker, the clerks and your office should have given you a different advice. I can see you are extending that blame to somebody else, but the decision is yours. And Mr. Speaker, before taking that decision, you should have spent time to consult, Mr. Speaker, the relevant documentation. It will be sad if, as a Senate, you become the first speaker under the new constitution to violate the constitution by removing a colleague. I urge you, Mr. Speaker, to reconsider that stand.
Wait, is there one?
Senator, Professor Kindiki.
Mr. Speaker, sir, with tremendous respect, I request you to make your own decision. And there is nothing inferior or nothing untoward if you considered or reconsidered your own decision, Mr. Speaker. In the matter of Senator Isaac Mwaura, Mr. Speaker, this is the first time in the history of Kenya when a member of the House has lost office through this process. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I know arguments have been made about the court order. I concur with those arguments, except to say that this is the only area where I concur with courts injuncting Parliament, because I've already made my positions clear on injunctions and the two arms of government, the legislature and the executive. I have always argued, Mr. Speaker, in the past, in the present, and in the future, that the judiciary cannot inject Parliament in its legislative role. But in quasi-judicial or administrative roles, injunctions are quite legal. So, Mr. Speaker, if there's a court order, it needs to be complied with. Number two, Mr. Speaker, I see no hurry in chasing you away a colleague, because you are the Speaker of this House. So Senator Mwaura is our colleague, is your colleague. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to go on record that this is a travesty of justice, whatever decision you take. And I hope the people of Kenya are taking notice of how we are observing the constitution that they passed. And if we are disregarding this constitution, nothing will prevent us from even undermining the amendments that we are considering this afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg you, respectively, to reconsider your decision.
Senator Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. And it is sad that we have to discuss about our colleague. Mr. Speaker, as you have discretion at any point in time to reconsider and look at your decision, because I'm aware Senator Mwaura had shown me a court order, a pre-existing court order, that was to up to 20th May, Mr. Speaker, and we would have expected that since, Mr. Speaker, you know you are our father, you are supposed to protect all of us. You are our last line of defense, and we expect when anything comes before you, especially on your colleague senator, and being our leader in this House, to take a lot of time to console, to relook And Mr. Speaker, the advantage that was existing was you already have a court order in place. And you being a seasoned administrator, being a leader, you should have relooked at those issues that exist on the table, Mr. Speaker. Because, Mr. Speaker, if we allow this to slide, it is a threat to democracy, where when you don't agree or disagree with the opinion of your party or anybody else that has the power to remove you, they just remove you the way they wish, Mr. Speaker. And my worry goes to our colleagues who also are nominated, because they will be hanging by the thread, because they'll just be threatened. They will now need to donate their brains and their minds to somebody else, so that they don't need to make decisions that they can run afoul against the honors of party or individuals that, and I think as a threat, and it is good the fighters of second liberation and democracy like Senator James Orengo is in this house, that, Mr. Speaker, we must be careful. I beseech you and I beg of you, Senator Isaac Mwaura is one of us. Finally, Mr. Speaker, what I ask you to consider and look at your decision. Today we are considering the constitutional amendment bill. This bill, we are told, they are supposed to address issues of marginalization, the disability, the underprivileged in the society. Mr. Speaker, sir, Senator Isaac Mwaura was nominated as a special interest group through the part of disability. If we undermine what we are supposed to be considering as part of all inclusivity, people like Isaac Mwaura was representing a special section of this society, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, if we are the ones who will now be undermining that aspect of special interest group, Mr. Speaker, then it is very unfortunate. So I think this issue, Mr. Speaker, is not only about Jubilee or majority or minority side. I think as a house, we need to stand with one of us. Just the way we stood when Senator Mithika Linturi was arrested, Senator Langat, Senator Lilegwe, and many others. The house was suspended until the matter was heard. And Mr. Speaker, we want to congratulate you then, because you always stood on our best interest as a house. So, Mr. Speaker, as our father, as a seasoned administrator, and as our leader, as our line of last defense, Mr. Speaker, I think this matter is so serious, is so very important, that you need to reconsider and relook at your decision, so that, Mr. Speaker, we are aware after you have communicated somebody mischievous in the IBC can go ahead and gazette Isaac Mwaura and even gazette somebody else, because they will be using the strength of your decision. And you know this house has the powers of quasi-judicial of a high court, where you have pronounced yourself, it can be used. So, Mr. Speaker, we beseech and beg of you that this is very important. It is one of us. We look up to you to provide appropriate guidance and ensure that justice is served and it is not travesty of justice. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Orengo.
Mr. Speaker, this matter is very unfortunate, and I think we got ourselves to blame. I want to be very forthright to the members here. I've always pleaded that this House has to comply with the court orders. And I raised this issue when we had a court order in the matter concerning the impeachment of the governor for Taita Taveta. And the House declined to obey that court order. And court orders are court orders. You cannot choose which one to obey or not. You cannot begin to now argue that this is legislative, this is what. In accordance with Article 10, a court order is a court order. And I still believe that if you want to become a nation governed by laws, then the first principle is to obey court orders. And we have not been faithful to this fundamental requirement of the law. Even this Wajir case, we have got a court order. And we said Parliament cannot be injuncted. I don't believe Parliament cannot be injuncted. Parliaments are injuncted worldwide. Even the House of Representatives, the Senate in the United States, there are a lot of court orders that are issued against parliaments. In the European court, in the Supreme Court of England, there were proceedings challenging active proceedings in the House of Commons, in the House of Lords and the House of Commons. It was presided over by a very honored Lady Chief Justice. and the orders, Parliament was injected, and the issue remained there until the appeal process was completed. So what I'm pleading with you, you cannot choose, you cannot elect and choose which orders to obey and which one not to obey. Right now, we got orders against the National Assembly, and the National Assembly is complying with those orders in the matter which is in the Court of Appeal. But we are on record here saying, you know, court orders mean nothing. I think it's a very unfortunate state of affairs. Not even during the Kanu rule would somebody say that you cannot obey court orders. That is number one. I think you've got to blame yourselves. You have said on record, in fact, Your Honor, Mr. Speaker, I was writing some article based on the two decisions which are here. And you remember Speaker Kindike made what was called a landmark ruling, where he said we cannot obey court orders. That is on record. That is on record. And I believe on questions of human rights, they are so fundamental, they are so central to our system of constitutionalism, that whenever there's an allegation, even a threat to a violation of fundamental rights, the courts can intervene. I remember in South Africa where the parliament in South Africa was trying, through committee, a member of the minority party, which was the Nationalist Party, the Democratic Party. And parliamentarians say, no, you can disregard court orders. We want to kick that member of parliament out. But the High Court sitting in Cape Town intervened, and Parliament was injuncted. So what I want to say, Mr. Speaker, we got to be consistent. We should settle this question, whether court orders matter or they don't. That question we have not settled. So when it pleases us, we say there's a court order. When it doesn't please us, they say court orders can go to hell. We have to be consistent. Number two, Mr. Speaker, we have now two sets of documents. A letter from the lawyer purportedly serving your office with a court order. And that letter is dated today. And there's another letter dated, I think, 10th of March. I can't read it properly. Now, all these papers should be placed before you. And I have a lot of sympathy for Senator Mwaura. I can even go and intervene for him in court, just like I intervened in the case of Senator Wetangula when he was being removed maliciously, and in fact that one he was being removed by an order of the court, and we argued and said that the court order was not good enough for his removal, and I think Senator Wetangula would confirm that. And even this time, I am ready and prepared. Last week I made a speech here and say, you got a right to protect me, and I also have to protect you. So this is one of our own. We should find a better way of protecting him. Now, Mr. Speaker, the only problem that you have now is that there's a Gazette notice. And Senator Wako will tell you, in law they would say you're a functus officio. The law does not allow you to recall your decision in matters like this when it is already gazetted. But I think I know how this decision can be recalled, not by you. No, because it's a functus officio. Yeah, he can't. That's a fundamental principle of law. Once you have made a decision, and I think Professor Kindiki knows that in this circumstance, you're a functus officio. You cannot pretend to be doing anything. You'll be in a lot of trouble, even you, if you are to revise this decision, which you have already made and is gazetted. So what I would plead with, and I had a little discussion with Senator Mwaura outside, let me be open. And I told him exactly what should be done. But pleading here with you, I think is lamentation. in these kind of circumstances. I think you better get all the papers, see when you are served. Was it before this Gazette notice? And the order of stay, what does it say? Is it staying your decision? Or what is it staying? So we need to get all these details for you to make a decision. But I plead that we should sit together, because Mwaura is one of our own, to find a way to help. But we are not going to help by pleading with you when the thing is already in the Gazette notice. Not even the President of the Republic of Kenya can do that, by the way. Once he gazettes something under an instrument of the law, it is over. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wetangula.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I want to join my colleagues who have extended a heart of sympathy to Senator Mwaura, who is fallen victim of the implosion in his party. Mr. Speaker, Senator Orengo has put it very well. When I was maliciously pursued to the extent where the Supreme Court directed that my name be struck off the voters' roll and directed IBC to effect the order. First, my case is slightly different. Nothing was gazetted. But we went to the IBC. They formed a tribunal chaired by lawyer Letangule, Mrs. Mahiri Shaja, and there's the gentleman from the coast. What is his name, Faki? Alawi. And they made a decision that was probably more sound than decisions we get from the High Court. And they protected my rights. My rights, having won openly and convincingly in an election, to be taken away by some malicious pursuit. And Mr. Speaker, in this particular case, I share the same views with Senator Orengo. One, you've made a communication from the chair, which you say you have been advised by Senate lawyers, and you have quoted a Gazette notice. Mr. Speaker, I can tell you that in law, if you try to reverse your decision, you'll be in serious trouble. Serious trouble. And I don't think you have made that communication either maliciously or ignorantly, because you have quoted the Gazette notice. What I want to advise Senator Cheriot, my good friend, Senator Murkomen, who can give pro bono services to Senator Mwaura, my distinguished colleague Kindiki, a fine lawyer in his own right, who traces his roots in law, partly from me, Mr. Speaker, that the best you can and should do is, one, look at the Constitution. It says you cannot be disenfranchised until you have exhausted all the machinery and the steps of appeal. I don't know if Senator Mwaura has exhausted that. Number two is to go to court and fight ferociously. And some of us who stand for rights of others are available, if we are requested, to lend a hand and our brain to expunge and annul the Gazette notice. Because neither the government printer, nor the Speaker of this House, nor any person other than the High Court can expunge that Gazette notice and go back to the status quo ante then Senator Mwaura's position will be saved. So we can debate here, Mr. Speaker, for the next 1 hour and say a lot of things with very colorful language, quote the law, quote Shakespeare, quote Greeks, quote everybody. But Mr. Speaker, eventually, it is a matter of application of the law. And I agree with Senator Orengo that we need finally to agree as a House. Do court orders matter or not? Senator Cheriot, you avoided to mention that it's me who said here last week that this House has benefited immensely from court processes. It is me who said that, and I dare say that our advice or opinion and our several forays in court is what has given dignity, standing, presence, and respect to this House. Otherwise, we would have been overrun. We have enemies from every direction, but courts have been our first and last line of defense. Thank you.
Okay, honorable senators, I've listened. I have heard. The only thing I can promise, one, or confirm, is that at the time I sat here, I had not seen any court order. Because remember, we came here at 10. Number two, on Tuesday, I will avail all the documents that led to that decision. Because there are also other pending petitions, you know, in my office where action has not been taken, and there must be a reason why action has also not been taken. So on Tuesday, I promise to show you all the documentation that I have that led to that process. Next order.
Order number 13, the Prompt Payment Bill, Senate Bills number 16 of 2021, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for prompt payment for the supply of goods, works or services, and for connected purposes.
Next order.
Order number 14, Committee of the Whole, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020.
Honorable Senators, kindly take your seats.
Shiunga, we will come back again for yes. Will you come again for yes?
Honorable Senators, kindly take your seats. The volume is not. Honorable Senators, kindly take your seats. Take your seats. We are now in the Committee of the Whole to consider the constitutional amendment, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. Kindly take your seats. Honorable Senators, order.
Clauses 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and clause 10.
I propose the question that clauses 2 to 10 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 2 to 10 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and clause 20.
I propose the question that clauses 11 to 20 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 11 to 20 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clauses 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and clause 30.
I propose the question that clauses 21 to 30 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 20 to 30 be part of the bill. Division at the end. Honorable Senators, kindly, if you need to communicate, kindly do it in Senator Malala and Senator Kajwang. We need some order, please. Next order.
Clauses 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and clause 40.
I propose the question that clauses 31 to 40 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 31 to 40 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clauses 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and clause 50.
I propose the question that clauses 41 to 50 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 41 to 50 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clauses 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and clause 60.
I propose the question that clauses 51 to 60 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 51 to 60 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clauses 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and clause 70.
I propose the question that clauses 61 to 70 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 61 to 70 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
Clauses 71, 72, 73, and clause 74.
I propose the question that clauses 71 to 74 be part of the bill. I put the question that clauses 71 to 74 be part of the bill. Division at the end.
The first schedule.
I propose the question that the first schedule be part of the bill. I put the question that the first schedule be part of the bill. Division at the end.
The second schedule.
I propose the question that the second schedule be part of the bill. I put the question that the second schedule be part of the bill. Division at the end.
The title and clause 1.
I propose the question that the title and clause 1 be part of the bill. I put the question that the title and clause 1 be part of the bill. Division at the end. Honorable Senators, we are at the end of the clauses. I would advise that the bell be rung for, the division bell be rung for 2 minutes. Is that okay? Honorable Senators, kindly take your seats. Honorable Senators, as the Speaker had ruled in the morning that there will be no amendments, so we proceed directly to put the question. Is that okay? I put the question that clauses 2 to 74, the first schedule, the second schedule, the title, clause 1 be part of the bill. Division.
Senator Adan Duro Fatuma. All as once. You can clarify.
Pardon? Can I put the question again? Let me put the question, and the voting is yes or no, and it is 1, yes. No, we are going to do 2. Then, yeah. Honorable Senators, you vote once, and I want to put the question again. I put the question that clauses 2 to 74, the first schedule, the second schedule, the title, and clause 1 be part of the bill. Division.
Senator Adan Duro Fatuma.
I vote yes.
Senator Ali Abdullahi Ibrahim. Senator Boy Isa Juma.
I vote yes.
Senator Jabeni Masi. Senator Cherarkei Samson.
Madam Chair, I vote no.
Senator Cheruiyot Aaron Kipkuru.
Kericho County votes no.
Senator Gona Christine Zawadi.
I vote yes.
Senator Haji Abdulkadir Mohammed. Senator Haji Abdulkadir Mohammed. He's muted.
Honorable Senator, please unmute. You have muted your...
I have unmuted.
Okay, now you can vote.
I think. Okay, Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Haji Faria Ali.
I vote yes.
Senator Halake Abushiro Soka. Senator Harigura Godana.
Yeah, I vote yes.
Senator Iman Farhada Deko.
Madam Chair, I vote no.
Senator Imana Marakai Charles Ekal. Senator Inima Gertrude Musuruve.
Senator Musuruve votes yes.
Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno.
I vote yes.
Senator Kamar Margaret Chepkoech.
I vote yes.
Senator Kangata Irungu.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, Moranga should have gotten 3 new constituencies, so I vote no.
Senator Kasanga Sylvia Mweni. Senator Halim George.
Madam Chair, can I be heard? Can you, okay, for and on behalf of the people of Vihiga, I vote yes.
Senator Kiburu Charles.
Sir Charles votes yes.
Senator Pihika Susan. Senator Kiburu Charles.
Senator Charles Kibru votes yes.
Senator Kihika Susan. Senator Kilonzo Mutura Jr.
Makuni votes yes.
Senator Kimani wa Matangi.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kindiki Kithure.
I vote no. No, Mr. Speaker. Mr.
Senator
Chair.
Kirinyaga Ephraim Mwangi Maina.
I vote yes.
Senator Langat Christopher Andrew. Senator Lelewel Tumbesi.
I vote no.
Senator Linturi Mithika.
Mr. Chairman, I vote no.
Senator Letip Anwar. Senator Locorio Petronira Were. Senator Mazayo Stewart Mwashiru.
I vote yes.
Senator Mahmoud Mohamed Maalim.
I vote yes.
Senator Makori Beatrice Kwamboka.
I know you. I know you.
Senator Makori Beatrice Kwamboka.
I vote yes.
Senator Marala Kilofas Wakungu.
I vote yes.
Senator Masisa Naomi Shiyonga.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Mbito Michael Malinga.
Vote yes.
Senator Mbogo George Ochiro Ayako.
I vote yes.
Yes, Senator, we've heard you. We have heard you. Yes, yes, that's fine.
Senator Milgo Alice Chepkorir.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Mugeni Eric Okongo.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Yes, we have heard you.
Senator Moi Gideon. Senator Mpayei Philip Salau.
I vote yes.
Senator Mugo Peth Wamboi. Senator Murkomen Kipchumba.
I vote no.
Senator Mudhama Agnes.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Mwangi Paul Githiomi.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Mwaruma Jonas Mwasushe.
Votes yes.
Senator Munyihaji Mohamed Faki.
I vote yes.
Senator Nderitu John Kinywa.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Ndwiga Peter Njeru. Senator Nyamunga Rose.
I vote yes.
Senator Olekina Ledama.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Olekina, kindly vote again. We did not capture you. Kindly vote.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator
that's
Omanga
okay.
Millicent.
Napiga la.
Senator Ongeri Samson.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Orengo James.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Outa Frederick Otieno.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Pareno Judith.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Bogisho Samuel.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Pringei Victor.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Sakaja Johnson.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Mary Yane.
Madam Chair, I abstain.
Senator Rocco Ellis.
I vote yes.
Senator Wambua Enoch.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Senator Wako Naomi Jilo. Senator Wario Wolich Juma. Senator Wetangula Moses.
Madam Chair, I vote yes on my behalf, on behalf of Ford Kenya and the people of Bungoma.
Senator Zani Agnes.
I vote yes.
Yes. Senator Ali Abdullahi Ibrahim. Senator Imana Malachi Charles Ekal. Senator Kihika Susan.
Madam Chair, I vote no.
Senator Loitip Anwar. Senator Locorio Petronira Were.
I vote yes.
Senator Moi Gideon.
I vote yes.
Yes, Senator, we have heard you. We have heard you.
Senator Ndwiga Peter Njeru.
You know what I did? I was giving you.
Senator Wako Naomi Jiro.
I vote yes.
Senator Wario Wolich Juma. Senator Ndwiga Peter Njeru.
Hello? Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Thank you, Senator. We've heard you. We've heard you. It's okay.
Senator Loitip Anwar. Senator Wario Wolich Juma.
senators, here the results are as follows: ayes 51, nays 11, abstention 0. The ayes have it. Mover. Mover, please.
One abstention.
Abstention is 1. Yes. So mover, please.
Mover.
So I'll go and report.
Wait.
Then I put.
Mover.
I report this one.
Do report to the Senate its consideration of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 and its approval thereof without amendment.
Honorable Senators, let's have some order. Let's have some order, please. I put the question that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 and its approval thereof without amendments. As many as are of the opinion say nay, aye. And those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Honorable Senators, order. Honorable Senators, we are now have resumed the House for reporting. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 and its approval thereof without amendments.
Mover.
The Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report and ask Senate Minority Leader to second.
Minority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I beg to second.
Honorable Senators, I now propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable Senators, I now put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary say nay? The ayes have it. What's your point of order, Senator Jerarge?
Mr. Speaker, out of curiosity, Madam Speaker, out of curiosity is that there are people who are voting virtually. How will we know how they are voting? I think in future we need, and most of our supporters who are opposing the report are virtual. So, and they are online. So, Mr. Speaker, in future, I don't know how we will work with the standing orders, since we are voting virtually, and when you have, so the vote, we doubt the validity of the vote, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker, with all due respect.
Senator Jerarge, that did not sound like a point of order. It is not, because we are a hybrid system and we have seen everybody who has voted, and there are procedures on how to vote virtually is okay. Anything else we can discuss later. Honorable Senators, next order.
Order number 15, the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, third reading.
Honorable Senators, we are going to again go into a roll call vote. The mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg that the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 be now read a third time, and ask Senate Minority Leader to second.
Pose the question that the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 be now read a third time. Honorable Senators, I will now put the question. Order, Senators, can you consult in low tone so that we can proceed? Honorable Senators, I now put the question that the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 be now read a third time. We will do roll call voting. Then, can we ring a bell for 2 minutes while the tellers come forward, please? That the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 be now read a third time, and we'll do roll call voting.
Senator Adan Duro Fatuma.
I vote yes.
Senator Ali Abdullahi Ibrahim. Senator Boy Isa Juma.
I vote yes.
Senator Chebeni Masi. Senator Chebeni Masi.
muted.
Madam Chair, I vote yes.
Thank you.
Senator Cherargei Samson.
Social distance kidogo. I, Cherargei Kiprotich Samson, on behalf of the beloved people of Nandi County, and in the spirit of Koitalelarab Samoe and Jean Marie Soronei, I vote no to this deception.
Senator Cheruiyot Aaron.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the people of Kericho, we say no to this attempt at mutilation of our constitution.
Senator Gona Christine Zawadi.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Haji Abdikadir Mohammed.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Haji Faria Ali.
I vote yes.
Senator Alake Abshiro Soka.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Harigura Godana.
I vote yes.
Senator Iman Falhada Deko.
I vote no.
Senator Imana Malakai Charles Ekal. Senator Inima Gertrude Musuruve.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of PWDs in this nation, I vote yes.
Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of Homa Bay County, I vote yes.
Senator Kamar Margaret.
I vote yes.
Senator Kangata Irungu.
Yes, Madam Speaker, taxes will be increased to support a double-decker parliament. 20 billion extra Kenya shillings will be needed to support new institutions which are being created by BBI, and therefore I vote no, because Murang'a businesses will be overtaxed.
Senator Kasanga Sylvia.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes. Yes.
Thank you, Apitana. Have you voted? Vote. Can we hear your voice? She has said yes. Honorable Senators, please be quiet so that we can hear people online. She has... Honorable Senators, Senator Kasanga, please vote.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Senators, please take your seats so that we can hear those online. Thank you.
Senator Hanir George.
Madam Speaker, for and on behalf of the great people of Vihiga, I vote yes.
Senator Kibiru Charles.
Can I also vote for Merus? Kirinyaga votes yes.
Senator Kihika Susan.
Madam Speaker, I vote no.
Senator Kilonzo Mutula Jr.
Makueni County votes yes.
Senator Kimani Wamatangi.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kindiki Kithure.
Madam Speaker, certainly I vote no.
Senator Kirinyaga Ephraim Mwangi Maina.
I vote yes. Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Senator Langat Christopher Andrew. Senator Lelewel Tumbesi.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the people of Samburu, who will lose 1.3 billion when this bill passes, I vote no.
Senator Linturi Mithika.
And definitely no.
Senator Loitip Anwar. Senator Locorio Petronira Were.
Is Loitip online?
On behalf of the women of Kenya, the people of Busia County, and the people of Baringo County, I vote yes.
Senator Masayo Stewart.
I vote yes.
Senator Mahmoud Mohamed Maalim.
I vote yes.
Senator Makori Beatrice Kwamboka.
Senator Kwamboka, you are on mute. Senator Kwamboka, unmute. Unmute. Senator Kwamboka, we cannot hear you. Please unmute.
I have unmuted.
Bas, now we can hear you.
On behalf of ODM, the women of Kenya, and the Nairobi women, I proudly vote yes.
Thank you.
Senator Malala Cleophas Wakungu.
I vote yes.
Senator Masisa Naomi Shiyonga.
Come and sanitize this thing. Well, I want to sanitize.
Let's continue while we wait for sanitizer. Okay.
Madam Speaker, for the benefit of women in this Republic of Kenya, for this constitution, and on my behalf, I want to say that I vote yes and support Baba and His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. Thank you.
Senator Mbito Michael Malinga. Senator Mbogo George Ochiro Ayako.
Senator Ayako, please unmute. We can't hear you. Senator, please unmute. We cannot hear you. Please unmute. Unmute. Senator, you are still on mute. Please unmute. We can't hear you. Senators, please take your seats and... Senator Ochilo, we cannot hear you. Please unmute. Okay, let's move on.
Senator Mulwe Alice.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the great people of Bomet County, gaining money and 2 new extra constituencies, I vote a big yes to BBI.
Senator Mogeni Eric Okongo.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the people of Nyamira, I vote yes.
Senator Moi Gideon.
Senator Moi Gideon.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Thank you.
Senator Mpayei Philip Salau.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Mugo Beth Wamboi. Senator Murkomen Kipchumba.
Madam Speaker, for the third time, and in the best interest of our great republic, and for posterity, and for history to remember us,
we are not able to see
I
you.
vote a big. Madam Speaker, can you hear me?
Yes, but we want to see your face. Yes, thank you.
As I said, Madam Speaker, on behalf, for the third time, and on behalf of the people of Kenya, and for posterity, for the good of the nation, and for history to remember us, Madam Speaker, I vote a big no.
Thank you. Next.
Senator Mudama Agnes.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the people of Machakos, we have received 3 constituencies and we cannot afford to lose them, and many other benefits. I vote yes.
Senator Mwangi Paul Widyomi.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Honorable Senators, please, your consultations must be low enough for those online to be heard. Please.
Senator Ngaruma Jones Masushe.
Madam Speaker, Taita Taveta votes yes.
Senator Munyihaji Mohamed Faki.
Where is Mombasa?
Mombasa votes yes.
Yes, now we can see you. Thank you.
Senator Nderitu John Kinywa.
Madam Speaker, I vote yes.
Thank you. Next.
Senator Ndwiga Peter Njeru. Senator Nyamunga Rose.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the people of Kisumu, I vote yes.
Senator Olekina Ledama.
Madam Speaker, once again, this being a bill by popular initiative, I'm confident that the vote of consciousness lies not with me, but with the registered voters who shall have their say in the referendum. I exercise my duty on behalf of the county of Narok by passing this bill to the voters, and thus I vote yes.
Kwa niaba ya walalahoi, kwa niaba ya wanyonge na mahasla wa Kenya hii, napiga la.